There is nothing wrong with you. I know you wish you could have been more consistent with the gym. I know you wish that you could have stopped yourself from eating this entire box of cookies or grabbing that pie in the fridge. I know that you wish that you could have done better. And let me tell you something, you are not alone. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you have to forgive yourself for being out of shape. Until you do, you will not be able to lose the weight because you'll always be tempted to go to the extremes. So you're gonna punish yourself, you're gonna starve yourself, burn yourself out with thousands of hours of cardio, and that's why it's just not gonna work. Right now, you're probably trying to get back control over your health, your body, and your life, but the shame and the guilt from letting yourself go for the past months, years, decades is weighting down on you. And I know what that feels like because when I was at my heaviest, I also was struggling with the what ifs. I missed out on friendships because I wouldn't go out, and I probably missed out on dating because who would want me? And bear in mind that I was at my heaviest when I was in the US to finish my degree, so this was supposed to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of just living life to its fullest, and I was not, simply because I was so ashamed of my body. And that's a huge what if for me, a huge fuck, I should have done something about it and just not care. But it's too late. So now the question is, how can you let go of that guilt, let go of that shame, so it doesn't weigh down on you on this journey and makes it more miserable than it needs to be? If feeling ashamed, guilt, being frustrated, being judgmental towards yourself and highly critical of what you do actually get us somewhere, we would all be in shape, wouldn't we? So today I really wanted to make this video to help you break that cycle of shame and guilt that is just preventing you from moving forward and finally be able to get results like this. So here are the chapters for this video. Don't forget this is also available in podcast. Let's get into it. The first thing is that you have to forgive yourself for being out of shape. And I see so many people online sharing their guilt and sharing their frustration towards themselves, even anger, because, oh, I let myself go and I'm such a failure for having, giving into this specific craving and for doing this or for not doing that. We need to stop. Your guilt is not going to lead to progress, only going to lead to punishment. And punishment is never sustainable, and that's one of the reasons why you actually fail. One of the first things I want you to do to help you forgive yourself is to journal about it, write it down, write a forgiveness letter to yourself. And if you're struggling to do it, think about what you would say to a friend if they came to you saying, I'm feeling so ashamed of myself right now, I haven't gone to the gym in months, and I feel so bad about my body, and I'm so angry at myself, I've just let myself go and I hate myself for it. I can guarantee that you wouldn't blame them and you wouldn't, what was the word? Oh no, I really want, that was a smart word. And you wouldn't berate them for dealing with this struggle. You would actually be kind and compassionate and telling them that it's okay, it doesn't define them, that it's just one mistake or it's in the past, doesn't define their present, doesn't define their future. Now they can take control. They can actually take actions as long as it's kind actions and it's not extreme and punishing. You would be kind to them. Why can't you be kind to yourself? This is definitely something that I want you to write down because it is going to completely transform the way that you move through this journey. If you are able to have this compassionate view of like, I've just decided that the past is in the past. Thank you, Frozen. I watched it this weekend. And to an extent, you could also try to forgive people for treating you differently because as I said, you're not treating the same way. I think it's more commonly known now that it's just a different vibe. Once that's done, you want to shift your perspective and work on that as well. So it not only will be reflected in your mind, but also in your actions. So you're not going to do the extremes that we've just talked about. The first thing that I want to do is congratulate yourself for starting this journey, right? Because you're trying to do it the healthy, the sustainable way that will lead to positive results instead of more yo-yo dieting, perhaps just going deeper into that shame and guilt. So yeah, congrats on taking the first step, on trying to take care of yourself, of your health, and taking the control back over your life. And if you can't treat yourself right, treat yourself like you would treat the person that you love the most, because I feel this is definitely something that is easier to portray on other people or to sort of have for other people than on yourself. And whatever happened, if it were a friend, you would not let them sort of spiral down and you would not tell them that they're a complete failure or that they have to make up for it and all of that. You would be really kind to them. So this is exactly what you want to be for yourself as well. In one of my videos about change, one of the biggest thing and hopefully biggest takeaway that you can take from this video is that part of the changing process is relapsing. And this is sort of almost a mandatory passage that you have to go through to fully change. Is you're gonna relapse and the lesson will be, what do you do? It's basically a fork in the road moment where either you go back to your old self of shame, guilt, making yourself more miserable, trying to make up for it, all of that, or you decide, no, this is a new version of me and the way I want to treat myself is in a kind way. It's okay, I'm not a failure, I'm human, I wanted to eat the food, it's not gross to give into cravings, it's not, disgusting to skip the gym, it's fine, let's move on. So this is, you've got really those two paths. Every mistake that you may make is an opportunity to get to that kind version of you that will get you results. If you need motivation to actually get to that, and one good motive and good reason to actually treat yourself kind is that it's never gonna work to use guilt and shame. And you've experienced this before, you know that it's never going to work. So if there is one good enough reason for you, is that it's going to lead to results. And once you realize that, the second thing is you want to move forward, as I said, without trying to make up for it, because this is how you get out of the binge restrict cycle. I've been stuck in that for so long. It's basically going from any extremes to the other. You always have this sort of, pendulum swing thing, when if you choose one extremes, you're bound to go to the other. That's why you want to be more balanced. And one of the biggest way that you can do that is to actually stop trying to make up for whatever mishap happens. That cycle only makes things worse, right? Because that's what I used to do. I would try to eat, let's say 1200 calories, didn't work. Okay, I binged. Tomorrow I'm gonna try 1100, doesn't work. Okay, let's make up for it, 1000. Trying to make up for it, it does not work. This is literally why you're binging, because you're trying to make up for it. Don't go back to the plan as if nothing happened, because nothing major did. Mistake doesn't ruin progress, but how you react to it does. What you do after a mistake is crucial and will determine whether you're going to be successful or not. And you have to realize that nobody in the history of every success that happened, nobody succeeded at first. Everyone failed multiple times before finally actually getting somewhere. You will fail so many times. You will fuck up. You will, as I said, eat that box of cookies, eat that pie, skip the gym, get sick. You will fuck up. Everyone does. Even the most successful people, everyone makes mistakes. And it's just the way you react to it that will change whether you actually succeed or fail. Because if you go back to the old route, more shame, more guilt, I fuck up, what's the point? Or you go to a more compassionate and more kind and more forgiving path, which is, it's fine, it's a mistake, doesn't define who I am, doesn't define where I'm going. I can just move on, knowing that I can learn from it and just bounce back. The clients in my program that have been the most successful are the one that bounce back the fastest. They're gonna be the one that immediately contact me when something happens, and we're gonna just hop on a call, talk through it, and that's my job, to just help them reframe what happened. Is it, okay, what do we learn from this? How can we forgive ourselves? Let's just move on. And I'm that friend who basically is gonna tell you what you need to hear. It's okay, you're not gross, you're not a mistake, it's fine, you're not a failure. It's just one thing, it's just one moment in time, one little point that means absolutely nothing if you just decide to not give it meaning and just move on. And as per usual, you have to detach yourself from that all or nothing mentality of, if I'm not doing it perfectly, there's no point in me doing it at all. The plan, no matter how perfect, is never going to be executed perfectly in any areas of your life. I don't know if you've noticed, but whatever plan you had, never ever ever has it happened that it will exactly happen according to plan. Always there's got stuff coming, you've got life happening, you've got mistakes. It always happens that way. And the key is just to first of all try to find balance over extremes, because that makes the plan much more flexible and therefore easier to just go with the flow. And another way to sort of see that and get out of the all or nothing mentality is, let's just visualize two jars. One being for getting to your goals and getting closer to your goals, and the other one being getting further away. Every time you make one good decision, it goes in the losing weight or getting in shape and so on. And then every less than perfect decision would go there. The point of, the journey is to put more coins into this jar than the other one. Not having completely full and this one completely empty. The goal, if you want it to be balanced, is just to make more good decisions towards your goal, and therefore just put more coins into this jar instead of the other. But that doesn't mean that you can't put any coins in this one. Being able to put one here and then right after moving on to here is what will make you successful. And it all just compounds if you make better decisions for yourself. You want to focus on consistency, not perfection. Now here is a little mindset shift that changed everything for me, is to act like the person you want to become. I keep saying that everything starts from within, starts in the mind before transpiring into reality, transpiring into the physical. You have to start thinking, acting and feeling as the person you want to become, so the person that has your dream body. So how would the healthiest, happiest version of you act after eating an extra cookie? Act after skipping a workout? Very likely they would just say, it's fine, and move on. Right? So act like this person over than the person who is trying to get to their goals desperately and trying to rush there, because you're never going to be able to get there if you're rushing and if you're just trying desperately to do stuff and to make up for things. No, you just go with the flow of, it happened, it's fine, let's move on. That's what the version of you want to become would act. If you're not sure, let me tell you right now, this is the case, like this is the truth. And it helps you create habits, and it helps you bounce back from whatever happens way faster and way more easily than when you have this all or nothing mentality, when you're working towards a goal with some sort of a deadline in mind and some sort of a perfect plan in mind as well. I wanted to talk about why we feel guilty in the first place, and the media and social media, pretty much diet culture as well, can take the blame on this one, because we've got this good versus bad food dynamic, right? You have to be good and not overeat, and you have to go to the gym or you're bad. So that's when you want to sort of challenge the narrative of what do you believe, because food is just food. Food is made to be eaten, food is made to be enjoyed. Some are more nutrient dense than others, sure, but at the end of the day, food is just food. There's no good versus bad food. That's the biggest narrative that you sort of want to get rid of, because it will help you, first of all, make smarter decisions, but also bounce back faster because you've just eaten food. What's the big deal? Last, I wanted to say that forgiving yourself for where you are right now is not just, you know, words and saying, okay, I forgive myself, but it's also actions right after, because if you write it down and then don't act as if you were actually forgiving yourself, if you know, try to make up for it by going to the gym, you know, doing cardio to burn off the food, starve yourself a bit more, or, you know, actually binge because, oh, if I messed up already, so why not, like, just completely fuck up even more, then it's not worth anything. It has to also transpire into actual actions. You want to break free from whatever cycle you're stuck in, because I know a lot of you feel stuck in that, and you just feel stuck in that guilt, shame cycle. Breaking free start with forgiveness in words and then in actions, because empty words, like if there's no action, it just doesn't mean anything. However, if there is one takeaway, is that there is nothing wrong with you. You're human, we all make mistakes, no one succeeds without any, you know, challenges and mishaps, and the way you react to them and the way you think about yourself after will determine whether you're successful or not. Stuff happens, it's okay, it doesn't define you as a person. Let's just put the past where it belongs and move forward without that waiting on you, because it's not gonna help. Now, if you need someone to actually help you through this journey, to help you reframe whatever happened and help you get to your goals while getting rid of that all or nothing mentality and finally have sustainable habits that are really going to get you results like this, highly suggest you book a free consultation call with me below, completely free, just to see if and how I can help you. If I can, I will 100% welcome you into my program. Again, I've done it myself, my clients are now doing it, so why not you? And my mission is just to help you get your dream body without making your life a nightmare. So no starving yourself, no endless cardio, no saying goodbye to favorite food, no saying goodbye to social life, and no rebound weight. That was pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you know, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.